Welcome to Sunshine Art and Drawing. So, as a weird kind of video, I found a box of all of my old artwork. It's full of sketchbooks and loose leaf and full art pieces and all that kind of thing. And I thought for fun we would go through it. I also found two of my old sketchbooks from 2012. So like a really long time ago. So I thought maybe I would show you that and sort of show the progress that I have been going through over the past, I don't know, nearly 10 years, I guess. During my childhood years, I didn't do a lot of art. There's probably maybe 2 or 3 artworks that I can remember that turned out really, really well. But other than that, really nothing. And after a while I realised I don't need to be better or as good as anyone else. I can just do art because I enjoy it. So back in 2012, I decided I would start doing some art myself. I picked up some sketchbooks and decided I would just sort of draw and see what came out. For someone who didn't really do art in school, sort of is mostly self-taught, but it's going to be quite like juvenile and sketchy, I thought. So here I was sketching out kind of like a curly swirly pattern, almost like a tattoo, I guess, but it sort of ended up being, I'll turn the book a little, sort of ended up being a little bit, sort of, I was trying to go for some symmetry, and sort of this one here as well, I don't know, sort of almost a tattoo soap design. You can tell I drew a sad looking face, and a bit more of this sort of interlocking design. Not sure what I was trying to draw here. I think I was trying to work out some furniture. So it was like trying to fit in all the pieces of furniture into a room. Turned out not too bad. Not really sure why I was drawing that. Then on this side there's a little flower. Here I was just testing out some different colours. I think this might be pastel. It's coming off on my fingers, so it's probably pastel. And this here is charcoal. I was working in some charcoal here, that's why it went on this page as well. And here's some more like little flowers and a little bit of scratchiness. And then some more, it's like a rainbow. Sort of like, I feel like I'm seeing this art myself for the first time. So, because this book is like nearly like a few more, I'm going to say it's 8 years old. So like a lot of it's going to be new to me. This one here is like a rainbow, and then it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I think that's what I was going for. This one's just like a little abstract kind of box where I was just making boxes get smaller and smaller. This one I'm pretty proud of. It's really one of the first artworks that I did that I felt like turned out kind of like an artwork. I don't know if it's perfect. It's got a weird mark on the page, but that's okay. I think there's watercolour probably behind it. Yep. I'm not really sure what I was trying to do there. Maybe I was trying to like blend from this red through to this like yellow. Testing out some blending. And this is an old, like an Etsy store that I used to run. Oh god, that shows how old this is. My god, that was a long time ago. I used to run an Etsy store that was like, I would find vintage and retro things and sell them on Etsy for a while. It wasn't too bad. And then here's another one with flowers. You can tell I like to do flowers. Let's turn that around. So it's just some different flowers. I was trying to practice doing them from different angles. So if you draw a flower, like if you draw a circle and you kind of make the circle more of an oval and then follow that pattern with the petals, then you can kind of get a different angle on the flower so they're not all looking straight at you. Kind of makes them look a little bit more realistic, I guess. I don't know what I was doing here. Sketches. Here's another kind of messy sketch. A lot of the time I'd be sitting in bed or, you know, working on stuff like that. And a lot of this might have been back when, yeah, I didn't think I had a job at this time. So it's probably likely that I was living in a little bit of depression too. So that's why I would sit in bed and just draw. I'm trying to figure out what I did this with. What's that, markers? But there's like some highlighter in there as well. I don't know what it is. Maybe Under the Sea? Another one where you can tell I was trying to draw a face and I messed it up and I got mad and I scribbled all over it. And that is something you will probably do. Don't feel bad about doing that because you've got 100 more pages to do. And those 100 more pages will have that same thing. Oop, that's upside down. I don't know how I ended up upside down. I don't know what that is. Like maybe it's like a bridge. It isn't great. Don't. I'm not delusional to think that my artwork is amazing. That was quite terrible. Another one where I drew a whole bunch of eyes. I think I was practicing eyes and other sort of like shading and things like that. That one actually turned out kind of pretty. It's supposed to be like a face and her hair. Yeah, that's not bad. So as well, I was trying that technique of where you kind of like split the face up into sections and see if you can draw that. It was alright. It kind of ended up being a good proportion. I feel like the nose and the eyes are always way too far away. I think the nose was supposed to go kind of in this part and then the lips go there or something. I don't know. And that's again, trying to do the same thing. It's also a handy tip if you draw what are they called, like the design lines in something brighter like highlighter. It helps you see where they've got to go, but you can draw straight over it, which is what I did with this one. I think it's just black marker. And again, I did the same sort of thing. This one turned out the best, I think. It's got good proportion between the nose, the mouth, the eyes, and the hair. I think it turned out quite good. This one turned out really weird. I don't know why. Sometimes they just turn out really, really weird and they make me laugh. Here's a picture of a bird. Not sure what I was trying to do here. Maybe some shading of a tree. And then this one's from September 2012 onwards. I don't know when it ends. I'm only working off of sometimes I would date your book. Please date your books. I know that I'm like the worst for it, but even if you put the date of when you started the book at the front of the book, it helps you build a timeline of what you were doing. So in this book, I was trying to actually practice drawing. I had this book and then a drawing, like, I don't think I have it here at the moment, but it was like a drawing guidebook. And so I was sitting down working my way through this drawing guidebook. So a lot of this is going to be like drawing exercises, like shading exercises, drawing circles and trying to get them to all be the same size, shading in like from lightest to darkest in pencil. I think this part here was done in, charcoal. This was also done in charcoal. And that. Another one with exercises. So a lot of this was just exercises. If you hear noises outside, that's just some birds. They like to hang out in my garden. Here I was trying to draw a wine glass. So a lot of this is just doing exercises. This one here was drawing things that you see. So I drew a camera. And this is a painting and artwork that I have. Do I still have it? I do. Yeah. It's all behind everything. I'm not going to pull it down. It'll knock everything over. Then it was supposed to be a charcoal still life of a bowl of fruit, which turned out as good as you can expect for a new time drawer. And then I drew a couple of other things as like studies. I think that's what they're called. It's where you look at something in real life and then you draw it. I think it's called a study. So I did a book and this like paring knife and a tree. I think I did this one sort of from imagination because it's always good to draw from imagination. And I was like trying to practice how I would draw the leaves. Here's my first drawing of a hand. It's great. Look at my hands compared to, oh my goodness, my hands are getting so covered in charcoal. It's not bad, I guess. Does it fit my hand? No, it's not a tracing. So I think I must have had my hand like this and I was copying it. Yeah, you can tell because it's got the wrinkles here to match my hand. First drawing of a hand, interesting. It's another couple of shading practices. I was supposed to do 4, I only did 2. So what my thought was that because I kind of missed the schooling of art, you know, where they teach you the colour wheel and they teach you shading and they teach you all those little tiny niggly things that you're supposed to know when you start to draw, like where does the light come from and how do I draw something in 3 dimensions and how do I draw perspective and all of that. I kind of feel like I missed. And either I missed or I didn't listen in the classes, which is probably completely accurate. But so I thought I would just kind of take myself through sort of like from grade school to what a normal person would learn after high school. So I was doing some shading here, trying to show that this is like a light and then the light shining down here. It's very charcoal, so it's difficult. Oh, it's a little angel with a happy face. I don't know why I drew that. And then it's a drawing. I think this was a joke. Someone told me to draw a drawing, so I drew drawing. Yeah. That one didn't turn out too well. Ooh, this one's quite good. Like a nighttime charcoal. That's quite cool. Trying not to touch it. Ooh, I like that. So this is like I guess it was done from imagination. Like, I'm trying to remember what I was doing because the perspective's not there. I can immediately see that. Like, I'm looking at this and going, there's no perspective. It's just a straight flat horizon and then some random hills and then whatever these lettuce leaf looking things are. I think they're supposed to be bushes. And then you've got your 2 little seats and then this here and your palm tree. I like the sky is really nice. I like how the moon, which is way too big. I noticed that when I was drawing things a lot when I was younger. I would draw the moon and the sun far too large. Like, the sun is not that big. The sun is about the size of a coin. So you don't need it to be too huge. Another weird face. That's great. Again, another weird face, but not too bad. I always do noses like this. That nose needs to be way down here. Should be like a little bit above the mouth. But, you know, it's a face. It's recognisable. That's the main thing. A few more like little still lifes of some water and a little cup. And I think that's a boob. Not going to bother censoring that. It's literally a line. A still life of a chair. See, that's not bad. I actually kind of like that. You get the 3-dimensional. It's kind of leaning forward a little too far, but pretty proud of that. Couple more flowers. Another little sort of side on, what is that called? Profile? Yeah, I think so. Couple of little sort of rocks and a little tree branch thing. A strange looking face. Here's some body studies. I might skip that page. There's nudity. Oh no! And then a few of there's just like some little like eyes and nose and trying to do like noses properly. I was trying to work on that. And really, really cutesified little characters. I was trying to see like how simplified I could draw a character and it still come across as a character. I don't know why they don't have necks. This literally looks like the drawing of a 3-year-old. This is a little bear. I actually still have this little bear. Around here somewhere. He's like a little one of those beanie bears, but it's the angel one. He's around here somewhere. Here's some more facial studies of noses and an eye. A really weird face. I don't know why her face is so weird. I like the hair. The hair turned out really pretty, but the face really weird. Another nude study. This was practicing like people doing things, so you're supposed to draw kind of like the action of them. So I tried to draw 3 people doing stuff instead of just drawing people straight on. There's like the good part of a horse and then the bad part of a horse. Absolutely fantastic drawing. I would give this 10 out of 10 if I was a teacher. And another one I think I was trying to do like anime hair. It turned out really bad. The face is not too bad though, and it's in proportion, so I'll give it that much, although the eyes are probably a tiny bit too close together, but And I don't really know where I was going with this one or this one. I think I was still working in charcoal. I do enjoy charcoal. Another eye. Ooh, and here's more exercises. And a nude study. And dresses. And a nude study with underwear. Guess that's not so rude. And here I was doing some like, there's a word for it, but it's like where you draw with the least amount of lines to try and convey something, and that's what I was trying to do here. Although this one turned out a little weird. And they turned out quite cute. This one I think is probably quite good. I like how his shoes, don't know why he's got cool shoes like that, but yeah. Another nude study. A fan. This is supposed to be like a sitting... Not sure who I was drawing there. A strange face. An angry face. Ooh, another bowl of fruit. It's not an art, like, lesson if you don't draw some fruit. And then I think it's a person on a runway? It's upside down. How's that? Yeah, it's like a person walking down a runway. Like a model. Getting towards the end here, I think. It's mostly charcoal. Ooh, it's a window. That's quite nice. I wonder if that's a... I'm just wondering whether that was actually a drawing of the window that was in my bedroom. Possibly. Can't remember. It was 8 years ago. It's another hand. Alright, so let's look at the hand I drew the first time, and we'll compare it to this one. Alright, yes. So we have this hand here, and then we have this hand here. Both equally terrible. Anyway, a hand, a few random shapes. The end of the book! So as you can see, I did try to start drawing in 2012. Just wanted to say that this video is getting super long, so I will be making a part 2 and that will be coming out soon, so keep an eye out for that, and that will be all the loose leaf sheets and like completed artworks that I've done. So I hope you guys have a super sunshiny day, and I will see you next week or for part 2 coming soon. Bye!